they be switching up like seasons. I'ma keep it real just for one reason. Amen, kill all my demons. Diamonds dance when we hop in the pants while I'm talking. I got niggas that clean, nigga check it, the check walking.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We're going to talk about it. But first, do me a favor. Hit that like. And if you're new, hit that subscribe. It's free to you, but it means the world to me. Marlene, what's up? What's up, sis? Appreciate you. Yeah, so I done found another way to talk about this. And I'm gonna do it without using the other word I use in the other conversations. But in life, like I always say, there's more than one way to solve a problem. So I found another way to talk about an issue. So we will do that today. What is your purpose? And do you know why you do what you do? Hustle, what's up? You know, what I mean by what your purpose is like, are you aware of why you do the things you do? Not just the big thing, not just go to work, not just your why, you know, but the little things like why, if you get a certain personality, why? Why is your personality like that? And are you okay with it? And if you're not, why aren't you doing anything about it? Like I was thinking, I had a question. It was a bigger question. And to solve or to answer that question, I had to break it down. And this is one of the components I broke it down to. And I don't really think people understand the purpose or the reason why they do the things they do. I'm talking about to the smallest thing. I hear people say, well, I'm this way or I'm that way. Well, why? Why are you a specific way? Um, and if you know you are that way, is it okay? Or is it something that you're working on? Is it um, something you want to change? Is it's things that we accept um, that we don't even question. You know, I hear people equate people personalities to zodiac signs. Like, well, this person is such and such, so that's why they like that. Like, um, why is that acceptable? Like, if you quick tempered, right? Uh, why are you quick tempered? Did you ever? Are you okay being quick tempered? Does it have a purpose? Um, is it beneficial to you? I think people don't define why they do things. They have like habitual things, your habits. Like I got OCD, I count things a lot. Once once something occurs 3 times, I begin counting it. I don't know. I don't know why I do that. It's just something that automatically happens. But I understand it. I'm aware of it, so I use it. It has a purpose for me. Something that used to annoy me, I found purpose. It helps me keep track of things. It helps me analyze things. I didn't know why I did it, but I found a purpose for it. So the things you do, your habits, the things that make you you, do you know why you do it? And does it have a purpose? If you're an outspoken person, right? Nets, appreciate you. Excuse me, this hamburger good. But if you're an outspoken person, do you know why you outspoken? And does it have a purpose? Is it beneficial to you, or is it something that um, gets you in trouble? If you are, uh, if you feel like, one of the people, I ain't taking nothing from nobody. Do you know why? Does it have a purpose? Is it beneficial to you? The more we, oh, that was her. That was real. I'm like, I didn't know what that was. I heard it loud in the mic. I don't even know how the mic picked that up. What up, brothers? But the more you define why you do things, and understand and give it a purpose. Hold on 1 second. Marlene, you there drunk? Yeah, but the more, like, even our personalities, right? Especially our personalities. The more you understand why it is and if it's beneficial, then you can define a purpose for it, and utilize it and make it work for you. Or if you don't, things can work against you. Me personally, just using myself as an example. I used to be. I have more understanding now. I didn't. Um, I didn't have a lot of understanding or compassion. In my younger days. So when something happened, if it didn't make sense, then I overreact, and I did that a lot of times because I was lashing out. I had a lot of anger issues. I had a lot of problems that I had to fix within myself. A lot of anger issues. I didn't I didn't have or see a lot of value that I had. And what I mean by that is not like my self worth, but I just felt like if I messed up, I'd be all right. I didn't value my freedom. I didn't value um, the opportunities I was given by, I can get or achieve by having a clean record. I was risking it um, for stupid stuff. Now that I'm older, I know how important that is. I seen a good dude couldn't get his uh, life insurance license because he had a felony. Real dude, good dude, smart dude too. Um, but they wouldn't give it to him because he had a felony. So, like I said, I'm lucky I didn't get caught up or in trouble when I was doing stupid stuff. But I didn't value that. Crown Royal. Oh yeah. I ain't even a drinker, but I remember those days. Crown Royal and shot of Henny and a shot of rum, yeah, you done. But yeah, the things I didn't even have a purpose, um, and I was reckless. Looking back at it, I can't give you an honest answer of why I did things. Um, Not a good answer anyway. I'll give you something stupid. But now that I'm older, none of that stuff is irrelevant. None of it is, none of it is relevant. It's all irrelevant. All the little stupid things I did, they had no purpose. That's what I'm saying. No benefit. What, street cred, a couple dollars in your pocket. Even when you did make money, the risk is still not worth it. Then you can't enjoy it because 755, what up? Appreciate you. And then you couldn't enjoy it because you're worried about somebody trying to rob you or somebody, the police go get you. So wasn't none of it enjoyable. But now, like everything I do has a purpose. I understand the benefits of it. And I just don't believe, I believe people go through life and so accustomed to doing things, a routine. But when you add a purpose and when you know why you're doing something, you go about it a different way. Like people wake up and um, in a routine, I got to get the kids ready. I got to go to work, put these 8 hours in. I get off, feed the kids, get them ready for bed, go to sleep. And we do it because that's just what we do. But when you even add purpose and understand the benefits of you begin to do things a little different and think a little different too. Because even as you're getting the kids ready, I got to get them ready, prepared for school. You might pay attention to detail a little more, make sure they got everything they need. Then when you're going to work, you know why you're there. You got a purpose. I'm doing this for the benefit of my family. So even establishing that, you might have a little spat or two at work, and guess what? Your attitude is different. The stuff ain't getting to you because you have a purpose. This is a means to an end. I do this, then I go home to the family. I do this to take care of the family. So a lot of the other stuff don't matter. You don't let people take your joy. You focus. Them hours that seem long, the people ain't pulling their weight. None of that stuff matters. You focus. Same thing when you in business for yourself, in the purpose. You can get up every day knowing what you have to do, but it's a different attitude, different fire lit, different awareness, a different approach. When you redefine your purpose every day, all those other um, thoughts that may seep in, I'm tired, the doubt, is it worth it? Uh, it's not as busy today as yesterday. None of that stuff will matter. You laser focus. I redefine my why every day. I make myself aware of my purpose every day. And by doing that, Nate, what's up? Liz in there too. What's up, Liz? By redefining it every day, what happens is um, it gives it more essence. And I get more creative with things too, more ideas open up, um, more opportunities present themselves. That's what happens with a positive attitude. And I don't get distracted because when you do the same thing every day, all the time, and it becomes a routine, and you do it subconscious, sometimes, you may get distracted, and something flashy might come and distract you for a minute. Um, so you got to be careful of that. But that's why I redefine I'm being politically correct, but that's why I redefine every day. Make sure I know why I'm doing stuff. What's the benefits in it? Even my attitude. It's not just with work. Everything that you do, you should know the purpose. Everything that you are, understand why. Because if it's not beneficial, then you can change it. If it's something about your personality, like I said, I was quick tempered. It wasn't beneficial. I understood and became aware why I was like that, and I fixed it. I didn't feel like I had enough information as far as uh, like social intelligence. So I studied it. If you feel, if you don't know why you do something or why you feel a certain way, figure it out. Don't just accept it. I hear so many people say, "Well, that's just the way I am." If you don't like it, change it. You just literally have to care. You have to care to be aware. You know, young Rizzo, what's up? So many times we get labeled and we accept that label and we don't try to figure out if there's another, if there's an opportunity to change it. If there's a way you can change it, there's a way you can redefine it. People just accept it. I heard somebody the other day say it's a thin line between love and hate, and it's not. Not in my reality, because love is one end of the spectrum and hate is on the other end. I can understand lust, but love, the things I love, I would do nothing hateful to them. To me, love is not a word, it's an action, it's what you do. People can say love all day, they can say it all day. That don't mean they love you. It's the action that proves it. So having a thin line between love and hate, I don't believe in that. I believe in lust. You know, lust can turn into hate real quick. But if you love something, even if you're angry or mad or upset at it, you ain't gonna want it hurt. And I don't know, maybe I'm just looking at it like from the love of my parents, the love of my wife, the love of my kids. I never do nothing to hurt them. People I love, I won't, not intentionally. So yeah, that then, but we accept that. And when things happen, even love, we accept it when people say it. No, it's an action word. It's an action. But this is what I'm talking about um, by accepting things. Just going with the no. Why? What is the purpose? Who is it benefiting? Why is it benefiting? Everything you should know why you do it and how it benefits you or how it don't benefit you. And if it don't benefit you, change it. Just change it. Some things I understand in life we can't change. Some circumstances we can't change. But once we understand it, we can make it either work for us or not let it work against us. You're aware of it. Now you know. Like um, what up, mama? Yeah, I got jumped, stabbed, and shot. And when I saw how it was affecting my parentals, I said it's not worth it. Yeah, the story of my life. That's how it usually happens. You see, changes you need to make, but until you see how it's affecting somebody you love, uh, sometimes you don't make them changes until you see that how it's actually affecting other people. Oh, yeah, but yeah, once you see how things not only affect you but affect other people, that's what I think about that now because I can lose my temper for 1 second and it can take me away from my kids. So I have to be cautious of that. That's what I said. The purpose of things, my purpose of walking the path of peace is to put more positive energy into the world, um, and also that path leaves less opportunities for me to do or to interact with negative things. That's the purpose of me walking my path of peace and being aware of it. And there's things you have to avoid, environments, people, and there's a lot of self reflection you have to do. But that's something that we should be doing every day in life. It's just I'm intentional with it. I said it. Damn it. I'm trying not to say that word. But I know my intentions. Everything should have uh, intentions behind it. Everything does. Anything, any choice you make or anything you do has either positive or negative intention behind it. If it's consciously done or subconsciously, it's a reason why everything is done. Sometimes we do things to benefit others. Sometimes we do things to benefit ourselves. Sometimes benefiting ourselves, you can benefit other people too. And some of the things you do to benefit other people benefits you, and it works vice versa also. So everything you do has intention behind it, but are you aware of it? That's the purpose. Like sometimes we do things or we have ways or personalities. Like like some people, like I said, I used to be condescending too. I used to be a smartass. Everything I said, it's like I had to take a shot at people. And I did that because that was another way for me to lash out. It wasn't even nothing the person did. It wasn't even the person. It was just me. It was just me lashing out. And I did it with words. And I did it a lot of times, like I said, just to be a smartass. Not even because the person did it, because I know I can do it and get away with it most of the time. And when I didn't get away with it, it was funny. So it was like I was a smartass, and it was no benefit in it. Sometimes I insulted people. Sometimes they didn't even know I insulted them, but I did. And my intention, like I said, it was just me. It was one of my insecurities. I think we are reformed and matured. That's why we can have these conversations, though. and you know, when I say it in other people, this is why I say I don't judge people. I can't judge people. I figure out why. Why do they do it? Because sometimes if you figure out why, you can help the person. And sometimes you realize, that's just that person. But sometimes, like me, um, I change. So when I see people do stuff, what up, Lovey? So when I see people do certain things, it's like, okay, I can tell from a level if that's just them or if it's something they doing and like subconsciously doing, and it can be reformed or it can be changed. Some people are totally aware of what they do and they do it anyway because that's just who they are. People will do that, but sometimes people do things because uh, that's just like I said. I had insecurities. Once I fixed the insecurities, I stopped doing the things that I did when I was insecure. So sometimes people do things because there's issues or things they um, not aware of sometimes, and sometimes they are aware. It can be something, like I said, somebody is really, really super hyper defensive. It can be something that happened in their childhood that made them this way. And if they can fix that, then they can control it and better uh, use that energy directed, instead of being uncontrolled and outburst. Sometimes, and then sometimes, like Marlene said, when she went through therapy, it was different things that she hit in therapy and fixed it, and uh, now she's different. She said she's a whole different person. You can see the difference. And so a lot of times, once we figure out why things are done and we fix them, we it's a whole different personality. But we have to be aware. You have to be aware and you have to be willing. But that's why I said, what is the purpose? Is it benefiting you? Like everything that I do, I question and ask. He was mad at everyone. Amos, what's up? And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's things that happen in our life and it affect us a certain way, and it can change our whole personality. It can change the way we look at things, and because of that event, now we look at things different and we act different. Sometimes that can be beneficial. Sometimes it's not. So you have to be aware and understand. And if it's beneficial, uh, just understand it so you know how to use it. And if it's not, then we take steps to fix it or correct it. Or sometimes you can't even do that. Sometimes you learn, you get to a level of accepting. Like when I lost my vision, it wasn't nothing that can be fixed or corrected. I just had to accept it, right? Uh, so once I accepted it, I found different ways to adapt different things to make the experience, I guess, more pleasurable. Make the get the most out of the experience. I say it like that. You know, it wasn't something that like I said, it couldn't be fixed. You can't turn back the hands of time. None of that stuff. So I just had to accept it, and the quicker I accepted it, the quicker I found ways to adapt. That's how it worked for me. Um, with that, everything is different. It's levels to everything. Different things affect different people in different ways. But what I'm telling you, the things that can't be fixed, that eventually have to be accepted, the quicker we accept it, the quicker we can adapt to it. Just find ways to make it a little bit better. That's the only thing I could have did. I mean, the longer I complained about me not being able to see or what I can't do no more, the longer I indulged in that, the less time I had to find creative, cool ways to deal with it. I'm gonna be Nick Fury for Halloween every year, so that gave me an excuse to buy a leather coat and get different eye patches. I'm already bald head, so I can be Nick Fury every year for Halloween. Use different. Amos, I don't know what's going on right now, but I can't even use 10. I appreciate that, Marlene. like, uh, like a spork. I just use a spork. Is that what you're talking about? Yes, if I use different utensils, like a spork and a spoon. Amos, you're a nut, bro. I know why, Marlene. And you will. And you'll get through the day because you're a strong woman, and you inspire a lot of people. You inspire a lot of people with your strength, and this is just a testament to see how far you came, and as a gauge to see how far you gotta go. You know, I promise you, each year you get stronger. I'm not gonna ever say it get easier, but I will say you will get stronger each year. Day is only 24 hours. And even though this may be a difficult one for you, um, you faced many difficult days before. And even though you may feel weak at times today, you gonna remember all them other times you felt weak and you pulled yourself up and you made it through because you're a fighter, you know? That's how you built. You're relentless and you just won't accept defeat. So it's gonna be hard, but you built for it. And in 2, 3 days from now, you're gonna be able to tell how you picked yourself up and you got through it. And that's gonna inspire someone else, just like you do all the time. Well, you go get through it. You go get through it. I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be easy, but it's 24 hours. It's gonna have its up and downs, but you gonna get through it. And that's what I'm saying, Marlene. You survive things that a lot of people have nightmares about. And you survived it. You know, one of those things could have broke a person, but you endured it all. And even though today is a hard day, like I said, those experiences, you will look back at those, and that's where we get our strength from. The things that we already overcame. That's what reminds us how strong we are in our times of weakness. Is the things that we overcame. That's what gives us that fire in the belly. Just and like I said, I'm not gonna tell you it'll get easier, but you're getting stronger every day. You claim your pettiness. Yeah, as soon as you said that, I remember we was talking about that. Well, you was talking about it on the live you did with Miss April, and I was in the chat. As soon as you said that, I realized it was the second. And see that. To be honest with you, I don't know how none of that feel. Well, I don't. I was like with my wife when her mom and dad passed. There wasn't nothing I can say. I can just be there for her. The only thing I can do is be there. Uh, there's nothing I can say. I don't know. Even if I knew, I'm pretty sure it's not nothing to say. All I can say is this: that I know for me, my parents, they built me a certain way. I'm here. I got a lot of them. Their personality. Um, I just don't believe that things ever truly. A piece of them will always be with me, like my grandmother. Like I tell my wife, a piece of her mother and her father is always with her because she is them, like she is her mother. And those memories, that time we spend with our loved ones, that can never be taken away from us. Even though they physically gone, they can never be taken away. That I truly know. A piece of them will always exist within you. Yeah, Marlene, you got mad support over here. Mad support. Uh, if we all gotta go live and do a chain link whatever, whatever you need. If you gotta go live and just say, just come in here and sit with me, you have mad support. Whatever you need, you will hear the kids bouncing and jumping around, but um, that's another reason why, even these conversations, we need to like support. It's not just liking and hitting, a button. Genuine support, and it's not for everybody. I know I'm genuine. Like when I say I support people, I support them, especially with things like this. You know, kindness, compassion. A lot of that is missing in the world, and we have to be careful who we give it to, but um, can't be stingy with it. You can feel the people. I can feel genuine people. Um, and those same people will be the first people to give it to you, give you the compassion. Um, Same people be the first ones to give you the love. You know, like I said, you can't give it to everybody, but you can feel the genuine people. You can feel that. Not thinking, but you can feel it. Marlene better not be apologizing for nothing. You ain't bringing the chat down. The chat ain't down. You see all them hearts in the chat? Nah, nah, nah. You are not bringing no chat down. You bringing the chat together. If anything, we rally. Nah, you ain't bringing no chat down. There's some real ones in here, Marlene. There's some real ones. Nah, it's genuine. See, this is the thing. It's kind of hard being around me because sometimes I notice, like I had one person, they thought every content or subject I talked about it was about them, and it's like no, but I talk about self improvement. So a lot of the things I talk about is the problems I seen in myself, and I give tools and things that people can try and do, or just be aware of. And I say, I guess you was just as fucked up as I was. So sometimes you'll get people who, they don't like looking in the mirror. Everybody can't look in the mirror, you know. Everybody can't look at themselves and say, okay, I do this, I need to fix this. A lot of people can't be accountable for themselves, but it's usually the people who've been through shit in life, right? People who've been through shit, like, yeah, I'm working on myself, so they can sit here and listen to me all day because they're in the process of doing the same thing I'm doing. We're aware that we ain't perfect and it's things we need to work on, and we come and have conversations about them. That's what we do. But the people who ain't willing to fix that, nah, they can't come in here and sit. So you gonna have some real ones in here who go rally around you when real stuff happens. Usually the fake ones get weeded out. and and when you keep the realest one of them all around you, nah, that is only gonna be real ones in the chat. He gonna make sure that ain't no apologizing, my man. You good. You good. You all good. Les is in the building. What's up, brother? And Amos, your bad jokes are cool. You know why? Uh, because they corny funny. They remind me of my dad. That's kind of jokes my dad tells. Corny funny. They so corny, you end up laughing at them. Yeah, them kind of jokes my dad make. But no, yeah, purpose though. Like, do you just? I guess what I'm trying to say is, everything you do, you should understand the purpose of it. Um, if it's beneficial to you or not, and if it's not, you can do things to begin to change it. But I think a lot of times people do things and accept things and don't even know why, not even aware. You know, they just equate it. That's just how I am. Like, why are you that way? Like, if you a person who uh, feels the need to have validation from other people, right? Why? Why is it important for people to like you? I had to ask one of my friends that, like, every time he did something, it's like he wanted a pat on the back from me. Like, he wanted my approval. Like, no, that's your life, bro. No matter what you do, if you do something accomplished, I'm gonna be happy for you. But I don't really care who you date. I don't care what kind of car you drive. As long as you got a car and somewhere to live, I'm impressed. I'm happy for you. You know, if you achieved a goal, if that's your dream car, yeah, I'm really, really happy for you. But it's like he needed. Well, then he told me, "Well, I look up to you." I'm looking like, bro, you got what you look up to me for? Like, you doing way better than me. But no, man, I just you're important. Like, I guess my thoughts or my approval was important to him. I kind of mentored him, but like, no, don't give nobody that power, uh, because you taking it away from yourself. It's okay to want people to see what you achieve, um, but don't seek that. Don't need that. When you need it, people see it, become aware of it, and they use it against you. You just gave a person a weapon of your own destruction. Uh, but it's draining. They don't understand. The sister needs support too. Yeah. And see, at that point, you know what you can do? Uh, get you some pajamas, knock on one of your siblings' door, put your pajamas on, and just lay on their couch and tell them to take care of the baby sister. Oh, he said her mom said every time her daddy winked, she was pregnant. Yeah, but everybody, everybody needs support, and that's just fact. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought I was the big bad. I never thought I needed support. Um, I never thought I needed. I felt like I was the support. You know, everybody can lean on me. I never thought I needed it. But the times that I did need it, I was blessed. I'm blessed. I will never deny people, like, in this life. You need support. You need people around you. And I know sometimes, unfortunately, it's not family. You know, but you still need it. So you still have to put the right people around you. You know, sometimes it's not 10 weeks. Oh, Marlene, you about to make me laugh. uh, but unfortunately, sometimes it's not family. Um, but you need support. That's why it's important not to close people off because we just look at family as blood. Um, Family is much more than blood. Sometimes the people that you meet that you call friends are more family to you than blood. 22, what's up? Commander, what's up? I didn't even see Commander in there. What up, Commander? But sometimes, yeah, the family, you're right, Les. Family is friend. Um, Sometimes it's not blood, it's people that you call friend. Cali King, you hungry? Yeah, sometimes, but you definitely need that support around you because without it, like I said, in those times of weakness, um, a lot of times you need to lean on them. Like the uh, first 3 days I got out the hospital after I had my eye surgery, like because they had to cut slits in my eyeballs. They call it a shunt too, but it's not like a physical shunt. I forgot the exact name, but they had to cut slits in my eyes so the excess fluid will drain instead of swell up my optic nerve again. So for the first, like, they had to do surgery on one eye, and then the next day they did the surgery on the next eye, and then they let me go home. So for like 3 days, I couldn't see nothing. And that third day, um, like when I did get a little light in my right eye, everything was still blurry and stuff, but I didn't know, like, damn near my whole family, my immediate family, my sister, my dad, my mom, my wife, her family. It was like 8 to 10 people in our apartment. Yeah, I didn't know they was all there, but everybody was there, just in case if I needed something. And then I realized, like, nephew, what's up, sis? And then I realized, like, these people really got my back. Because I never asked nobody for nothing. I was always the one when people needed something. I was always the reliable one. But so that made me realize, like, people really do got my back. But that's why you always put that good energy out there. I'm pretty sure if I wasn't there for them, they wouldn't have been there for me. Especially like my wife family. They all pitched in because a couple months before I lost my sight, I took care of my mother-in-law. She was in hospice, and she had just got sick when the pandemic started. And at first, they thought they could do surgery and remove the cancer, but when they did more MRIs, they seen that she had a whole bunch of lesions on her brain. So they put her in hospice, and at that time you couldn't go visit or nothing. And I'm just looking at my wife's face, and I'm like, no, I'll bring her here. That way, um, that the family can visit her. If she in the house, they can come over and visit, and I wasn't letting her transition alone. I wanted my wife to spend as much time with her as possible. My wife told me, like, well, I don't know if I can take care of her. And I said, I didn't ask you to, I'll do it. We had a nurse come through every day, like a nurse's aide. The tech came through every day and made sure, she had a bath. Everything else I had to do. I had to help her to the bathroom and all that, but the nurse gave her a bath. But my wife said she wouldn't go be able to, but I didn't. Don't worry about that. Just spend time with her. That's all I wanted was my wife to be able to spend time with her mother. So I took care of her. You know, there wasn't no other option. I'm not. I wasn't about to let her, transition by herself in no nursing home. You know, I still remember. I remember, the day, the night that our last night with her. I can tell. I've been around, hospice patients, so I can tell that she was about to transition. So I was telling my wife, you know, that particular night to let your mom know that she gonna be all right. And let's say she fighting, just let her know she gonna be all right. And it took my wife an hour to tell her mother she was gonna be okay. And 2 hours later, I went and checked on her and she was expired. I had to, uh, I didn't want my wife to come in there and see her the way, like that. So I just had to, fix her up and, just make it look like she fell asleep regular. So, it was already going to be hard, for my wife to see her. So, but I didn't want her to see her. Not the way she acted. I didn't want to see her like that. So, but like in life, like even that, right? So the purpose, um, I had purpose and I had intention behind it. I didn't want my mother-in-law to transition alone because she good peeps. She loved me and I loved her. She took me in. First day she met me, we had a lot of good times with my mother-in-law. We had a ball together. That was my homie for real. Right. So no, I wasn't letting her go out like that. And then my wife, I wanted her to spend as much time with her mother as she possibly can because she deserved that. And anything that I had to do just got done. And my family is awesome. Like my mom and dad, they really, my mom being a nurse, um, came and, made everything, she in hospice. So it's like, it's nothing that, when you're in hospice, it's like they just make you comfortable. And then when you go home, it's different too. So they can't give you or do certain things in the home that they can do in the hospital. But by my mom being a nurse, she still had that good care. And then my dad, coming down and spelling, giving me a break. Because at that time, I told my wife, I told her to quit her job because they gave her mom, they said 10 to 16 weeks. But uh, so I told my wife they wouldn't give my wife time off. So I told her to quit. Like, don't worry about it. We got the money. We good. Uh, they don't want to give you the time off to spend with your mom. Just quit. And that's what she did. So I held us down. Hey, you just do whatever you got to do. That's what I'm saying. When you get on a purpose, when you know why you're doing something, one nothing go get in my way. If I needed money, I go get it. If I had to, whatever I had to do to make my mother-in-law comfortable and make my wife um, happy, there's nothing you can't really do. You know, she watching her mama transition, so but anything that I can do at that time for her to relieve some pain or whatever had to be done, you know, I just made sure it got done and took care of it, and nothing got in my way. A clear path opened up because I knew why I was doing it. I had a purpose, so anything I needed came right to me. For years now, I quit my job like 1.5 years ago so I can spend all the time with my mom. Much respect. I respect you, Commander. You only get one of them, man. The work that you're trying to get away from. Yeah, it was. Oh, have a good night, Liz. I didn't even know. They say you want to work arms on one of the days before. No, she couldn't raise neither one of her arms, but it was like she had a boost of energy the day before, and then um, yeah, she had a boost of energy though. Like she would start eating food again. Like yeah, the day before she passed, she was eating. She had not eaten like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, cancer. I hate cancer, bro. Cancer was a bitch. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Marlene. But you know what is? That's what I tell people. It's a cycle. You know. Even think about it. Like when your parents was young, their parents took care of them, and then as your parents get older, they take care of their parents, and then they had kids, and then your parents take care of their kids, and then when the parents get old, the kids take care of the parents again. It's a cycle. It's supposed to be. But they start breaking that cycle and start, shipping the older folks away when it's not supposed to be like that. That's not how our ancestors did. Mm, bone cancer. I'm sorry to hear that, Commander. I know that's hard. Yeah, cancer sucks. But I'm gonna say this. My mother-in-law, that was like man, she that was my homie. She taught me all the bad words in the series. She made sure I knew how to cuss and say all the bad words, so I can cuss people out. She made sure I can speak those. Um, but man, she had like the biggest heart in the world because in their culture it's taboo. But when she met me, oh, she fell in love with me from day one. Um, the first the first time I met her, she said, "Oh, you tall, you big and handsome." I said, "I'm big, I'm fat." She said, "No, you big." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." She said, "Yep, he can protect you. No worries, no worries. You make my daughter happy, she keep you happy. Everybody's happy." I'm like, okay. Oh man, my mother-in-law was a trip. No matter where she was, She was gonna make people smile. She just had, a joyous spirit, always joking, always joking. I remember when she broke her hip, she was in pain making jokes, and you couldn't keep her down. As soon as she had her hip surgery and she came home, she trying to cook for the family. Very family oriented, always taking no matter how much pain. She had lung cancer first, and they took a lobe of her lung out. First day out of the hospital, she came and stayed with us. So I'm I'm asleep. I hear something in the kitchen. I'm looking over. My wife is in the bed. So now I'm jumping up and I'm grabbing the pistol. And I look, is my mother-in-law cooking. And I'm like, you just got out the hospital from having lung surgery. Like, she got her walker. Like, where's the butter? I'm like, get back in the. We had a little hospital bed for her. I'm like, get back in the bed. She done climbed out the bed. She was just a firecracker. She was just a firecracker. So it's those good memories of her that I'm gonna tell my son. All the stories, you know. So she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna constantly speak of her. What did Marlene say? And that's what's up. Oh man, my wife is awesome. My wife is truly amazing. That's why I tell people like I ain't messing this up. I'm straight. They don't make them like they make my wife no more. Yeah, they don't make them like her. Oh, she truly one of a kind. Nah, I ain't messing that up. That's why I had to rub feet before I even came on here. She was like, "My feet hurt. Can you rub?" I said, "Yeah, I rub your feet before you get on." I was like, "Yeah, I rub your feet before I get on." Okay, that's the only time she ain't telling me what to do. When she knows she tell me to do it, I ain't gonna do it. See, my wife know me like crazy. She knows she asked me to do something, I'm more than willing to do it. But when she tell me to do something, I ain't doing nothing. I'm like a bad little kid. Like anytime she asks me to do something, I do it. Especially in her um because you a man voice. That's what I call it. Her little sweet innocent voice. Then I do it. But when she say do this or do that, I just look at her. I do that on purpose though. I do it to annoy her. Hey, that's my fault too. I rub a lot of feet. I rub her feet. Well, I rub her feet a lot. But she went crazy with it when she got pregnant. Oh my god. She was like, I'm having your baby. You can't rub my feet. And I'm looking like, what? That wasn't part of the deal. I guess feet rubbing is part of the deal if you knock a woman up. Well, I told her the second baby. Um, I told her the second baby. I'm putting that in the contract. There will be no rubbing of the feet. So this is how she got away with that. She wanted her ankles rubbed. And I'm like, well, since I'm rubbing the ankle, I might as well rub the feet. So that's how she got that. Feet rubbing is part of the deal. I did not know that. You can get carpal tunnels from rubbing feet too much. What do they call them thing? Hang knuckles. Yeah, you can get that rubbing feet too much. Realist already. I man, I ain't even about to say nothing. Uh, I ain't even about to say nothing. I'll wait for another 4 or 5 months. I think that's what. I think I'm gonna start a love connection channel. I almost said something. I almost gave something away. But coming real soon. Yeah, we upgrading, we evolving. Um, we'll take stuff to the next level. Yeah, we're gonna take it to the next level. Yeah, I can see it to the future. I can see it to the future. Sometimes. Okay. No, I just think I can. I like to think that my thoughts and ideas, like you say, manifest into reality. And I see something that's promising. So I'm making the proper moves to make it happen. So, yeah. I ain't talking about you, Realist. Don't worry about it. You gotta use the tip of the finger, tip and feel with attention. Don't think. I don't know what you talking about, 22, but yeah, yeah. I don't know what you talking about, 22. I don't even know what I was talking about. What was we talking about? This is why I enjoy y'all. Uh, I am not reading no more comments because I don't know what's going on right now. That batch, uh, uh, that cotton candy kush, it does something. Um, a foot rub, of course. Okay, okay. We talking about rubbing feet. Okay, okay. 'Cause I didn't know what was going on. But I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So what is your purpose? Okay. I had to look at the title. But like I said, the we should just be aware, be aware, be aware, be aware of not only the things that you do, but even personality or traits that you have. Um, do they benefit you? If they don't, what's the purpose of them? Is it is this something that became habit? Is it because of something that may have occurred in your life that now you do this, or now you are a certain way, or is it like I said, just something that you been doing for so long and it became a habit, and you really don't know why you do it. It's important to understand why you do things, if it's behavior, why, or even if it's a trigger. You know, I had to learn why certain things trigger me, and a lot of the things that triggered me, like I said, um, was insecurities. And once I fixed them, I no longer got triggered. Because I know even being triggered, it, not a lot of benefits in that, right? Because if people understand your triggers, they can manipulate you. You know, if people know how they can trigger you almost anytime they feel like it. And now you've given your power away. A lot of times those triggers come from, I know I'm using the term insecurity very loosely, because, but an insecurity can be something, uh, a fear. Insecurity can be a fear also. That's why I'm using it loosely like that. Maybe something happened in your childhood and it made you fearful of something. You know? So I'm using that term insecurity loosely, but it can be a fear. uh, It can be an embarrassment. Maybe something happened. Like I'm gonna tell you an embarrassing story for me. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not ticklish. I am not ticklish at all. When I was 7 years old, my aunt tickled me at my birthday party, and I peed on myself in front of everybody. Right, and I was embarrassed because I peed on myself in front of everybody. I have that from that day forward. I was never ticklish again. It's like anytime somebody tickle me, that pop up in my head. Like, nah, I'm straight. I'm not gonna lie. So even even that, um, I guess I still use that to this day to not be ticklish. That's the purpose of that thought. I'm not embarrassed about it. You know, I peed on myself when I was 7 because I got tickled. 7 years old. It is what it is. But I'm not ticklish no more. You know, I hear people. Hey man, look, people are so messed up. Like the things people do to hurt people on the internet, like the stories they come up with and the things they tease people about. I be thinking like, man, you kind of fucked up in the head to even use that against somebody. You know, um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I can see like entertainment, but people go too far. Like, what is too far? At least I didn't say since that day I never peed again. Yeah, man. People are people are nasty, bro. Like people can be so fucked up with the things they use against people, the way they try to hurt. I mean, that's all you really doing. You hurting people. You're trying to hurt a person. You're trying to make a person feel bad. Um, there's already enough things in life, you know. There's already enough things in life to do it. I ain't trying to do it. Yeah, yeah, you right, Rose. People will. That's what I'm saying. Like the extent people will go to embarrass somebody or hurt somebody. Uh, that kind of made me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but when people get like that creative with some of the stuff, I be looking at the person like, damn, bro, you kind of wicked, right? Like y'all don't do that. Like the person, like if you see a nice piece of art, right? Don't you wonder who the artist is? And then when you see the artist, you like, wow, that beautiful piece of art came out of you. Well, I do the same thing when people violate people. I look at it as art, and I look at it like, wow, that shit came out of you. Like, you kind of fucked up, bro. Like, when people talk about other people's kids and you find out they got kids, like, hold on, bro, you got kids? So how can you, do you think like that about your own kids? Like, did you think about your kids before you said that about their kids? Like, you got kids and you saying, like, that's weird to me, man. I don't know. Maybe I just overanalyze things. But I look, I'll be looking at the people like they, yeah, it tells a lot about a person. It tells a lot. Yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight. But let me, love you too, mama. Yeah, I remember Sean. Yeah, let me get off here. It's getting late, but I appreciate y'all coming through. And apologies, yes. Migraine is killing me, my head off. So I'll probably take tomorrow off too. Or I don't know, we might do ladies' night tomorrow. I think my mom wanted to do ladies' night. So I'm gonna get with her and then I'll let her run the panel. But yeah, I apologize. I tried to push through, but I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I even feel congested and these migraines ain't no joke. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. And I'll do a follow-up video to this because I think it's a good topic. It's just, yeah. But we'll definitely do a part 2. But I appreciate y'all. Marlene, lots of love, sis. Lots of love. Like I said, if you need to, we're in a Discord. You can go live with pop in. You got support. You got shoulders to lean on, sis. But y'all know what I say. Care about how you feel. You know, conversations build nations.
They be switching up like seasons. I'ma keep it real just for one reason. Amen, kill all my demons. Diamonds dance when we hop in the pants while I'm talking. I got niggas at the clinic and check if the chat walking.